Okay, Shannon, let's talk about closing costs.
Closing costs.
Everybody loves closing costs, right?
Right. It's everybody's favorite part.
Not really, no. So what are closing costs?
So, when you're purchasing a property or refinancing a loan, there are a lot of people involved.
Lots.
So for the purpose of this, we're going to talk about a purchase. Let's name some people who are involved.
Okay,
Got
let's.
your real estate agent,
1,
your lender,
2,
your title company,
3,
your insurance company,
that'd be 4,
your appraiser,
5,
your home inspector.
6,
I'm sure there's more, but I'm like running out of
12.
fingers. Yeah, all these people. Okay, so all these people are involved in a loan, and unfortunately, they all get paid. They all make their
True.
living doing this, and they all get paid. So, as part of that, there's closing costs associated with a transaction. So, real estate agent closing costs, their commissions, are typically paid for by the seller. So, as a buyer, you do not pay those. The seller will pay those, generally speaking. Then you have your lender. So there's usually some sort of processing or underwriting fees with the lender, credit report. Oh, I forgot that. Credit report companies, they're in there. So you have that. Then you have the title companies, so you have title fees. Then you have your insurance.
Yes, you do.
And so we have to pay that premium at closing. We also collect some money for property taxes.
Yes, we do.
Because those are new. You also, depending on when you close during the month, have to pay some prepaid interest. So there's some fees that come in, and once you add them all up, you got to pay them. Usually, you pay them all at closing.
Thus, we say closing costs. I'm here all day.
The one exception to that rule is usually your home inspection. That is something that you pay up front, and it is the one fee that typically your lender does not disclose as part of their fee set. So we are in charge of disclosing our fees, the appraiser's fees, the title company, homeowner's insurance, all that kind of good stuff as part of our kind of wheelhouse. But the home inspection is a little bit different. You do pay that one separately. Since we're talking largely about purchase closing costs right now, as a buyer, you typically pay most of these closing costs with the exception, as we've talked about, of commissions to the real estate agent. Usually these fees are paid by you. Now there are a few fees that are paid for typically by the seller as a standard kind of Montana fee set. They usually pay the owner's title insurance premium and half of the closing fee. Now that can be negotiated differently in any contract, but that's kind of the standard of what we typically see here. On a refinance, you are responsible for all of the closing costs, but they usually can be rolled into your loan, depending on how much equity you have. So that's basically a very brief kind of overview, synopsis of closing costs.
Perfect, love it. So now I know.
Now we know. That's what closing costs
I had
are.
no idea, thank you.
I know. I'm so glad we do these videos so that Graywork feels more informed.